Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Informed American Podcast. I'm your host, Shelley Meyer, and today we're diving into a topic that has serious implications for both the United States and the Middle East, one that could put us on the brink of war. And that topic is Donald Trump and the rising tensions with Iran. Please excuse my appearance. I'm not here to be glamorous. I'm just stating facts for the podcast. So if you're offended by my appearance, you can walk away. So it's no secret that Trump's foreign policy has been one of the most unpredictable aspects of his presidency. Whether it's his America First agenda, his decisions on trade, or his approach to international relationships, Trump has often taken a stance that's been seen as controversial, at best. But when it comes to Iran, things are looking even more dangerous. Today, we're going to unpack the situation, how it's escalated, why it matters, and what could be at stake if Trump continues down this path. Could we be staring down the barrel of a war with Iran? And is Trump willing to risk everything for what he sees as a victory for his administration? But is it, though? First, let's take a look at how we got here. 1. A history of tensions. Now, the relationships between the United States and Iran have never been simple. The history is long and fraught with conflicts, from the 1953 CIA-led coup in Iran to the 1979 Iranian Revolution and the subsequent hostage crisis. The tension between the two nations has simmered for decades, but it reached new heights under Trump's leadership. One of the first significant moves of Trump's presidency regarding Iran was pulling the United States out of the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, better known as the Iran nuclear deal, back in 2018. This agreement, signed during the Obama administration, was intended to curb Iran's nuclear ambitions in exchange for sanctions relief. But Trump deemed the deal as one-sided, a major flaw that he believed empowered Iran's regime and allowed them to pursue nuclear weapons unchecked. By walking away from the deal, Trump not only isolated the U.S. from its allies, who still supported the agreement, but also gave Iran a reason to escalate. Iran, in turn, began to enrich uranium at high levels and take other steps towards potentially developing nuclear weapons. Number 2, the killing of Qasem Soleimani. If I mispronounced that, I apologize. In January 2020, things escalated even further. Trump's authorized the assassination of Soleimani. Again, I apologize. The leader of Iran's Quds forces, one of the most powerful military figures in Iran. The killing took place via drone strike in Baghdad, Iraq, and it was a move that set off a firestorm of retaliation and anger, not just in Iran, but across the Middle East. Trump called him a terrorist, claiming he was responsible for the deaths of American soldiers and for plotting attacks against the U.S. interests. But the move was also seen as a dangerous provocation, one that could easily lead to all-out war. Iran vowed revenge, as it should have. And just days later, Iran launched missile strikes on U.S. military bases in Iraq, though no Americans were killed in those attacks, thank goodness. The rhetoric between the U.S. and Iran became even more hostile. Trump warned Iran that they would face disproportionate retaliation if they targeted American interests again, while Iranian leaders made it clear they were ready for confrontation. Number 3, the escalation continues. Fast forward to the present. While Trump has claimed that his maximum pressure campaign through sanctions and military presence in the region was successful in weakening Iran's economy and military. The reality on the ground is far from clear. Iran has continued to bolster its influences in Iraq, Syria, and Yemen, all while working towards advancing in its nuclear programs. Trump has also pursued a policy of military intimidation, constantly sending more troops and assets to the region, including deploying bombers, aircraft carriers, and other military equipment as a show of force. It's a tactic designed to keep Iran on edge and force them to the negotiation table. But it also heightens the risk of miscalculation. But here's the question. Is all this saber rattling just posturing? Or are we on the verge of a conflict that could escalate beyond anyone's control? Number 4, the cost of war. What's at stake? Let's be clear. The cost of war with Iran would be devastating, not just for the US and Iran, but for the world at large. Iran controls vital shipping lanes in the Strait of Hormuz, through which a significant portion of the world's oil passes. A military conflict could disrupt the global oil supplies, sending prices skyrocketing and plunging the global economy into turmoil. Kind of sounds like World War II. And then there's the human toll. War with Iran could likely lead to thousands, if not tens of thousands, of lives lost, both military and civilian. The Middle East has already seen years of instability and violence, and a new war could destabilize the region even further. In addition to the human cost, the political fallout could be catastrophic. Trump's foreign policy has already faced criticism for its unpredictability, but war with Iran could have catastrophic consequences for U.S. relations with its allies, the very few we have left, and for American leadership on the world stage. The U.S. might find itself increasingly isolated, with a few willing to stand beside it in a military conflict that many see as avoidable. Number 5. Is Trump really willing to go to war? This brings us to the big question. Is Trump truly willing to start a war with Iran? Some analysts believe that Trump's hawkish rhetoric is part of a broader strategy to force Iran into submission, making them bend to his will through threats rather than open conflict. After all, Trump is known for his tough talk and his art of the deal approach. He's played the role of the aggressive negotiator for years. But is the cost of his approach, potentially risking war, worth it? Others argue that Trump's ego and desire for legacy could push him into a dangerous corner. War with Iran could be a way to rally his base, especially ahead of potential re-election bid. He can't be re-elected. After all, in his mind, a military victory could help solidify his standing as a strong leader who puts America first. But the consequences of such a move could be far-reaching and irreversible. As we wrap up today's episode, it's clear that the situation with Iran is precarious. Trump's unpredictable foreign policy, his personal pride, and his desire to be seen as a strong leader could lead us down a dangerous path. But we must ask ourselves, at what cost? War with Iran is not a game. It's not just a political maneuver. It's a life or death situation that could alter the course of history. As always, we'll be watching closely, and we'll be keeping you informed on the developments as they unfold. Thank you for tuning in to the Informed American Podcast. I'm Shelley Meyer, and we'll see you next time with more analysis on the issues of the